You're all set.
Thank you, Lauren. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Anne Reynolds Project School Building Committee. It is May 2nd, believe it or not. It is 5:18. And Lauren, could you do a roll call?
Chairman Woods,
Here.
Carol Duggan,
Here.
Counselor Nagel,
Here.
Amy Parati,
Here.
Counselor Rada. I know she's here.
Yeah, she's here.
Okay. Jeremy Wetzel,
Here.
you do have a quorum.
Thank you, Lauren. On public participation is the next item on our agenda, and I see we have no guests. So the next is take action on prior meeting minutes. We have one meeting, which is the meeting of April 18th, 2024. If someone would like to make a motion that we approve those minutes as written.
So moved.
Thank you, Counselor Nagel. And a second?
Second.
Second by Carol. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Take action, excuse me. Architects update. Reading out of order here. Good afternoon, Jennifer.
Okay. Hi. Good evening. Okay. Oops. Forgot to press share. Again, our typical report. There's still some straggling questions. There's of course still site visits as we are checking progress, and things are moving along very quickly as they're coming to an end with this phase of the construction. So I'm sure we'll see some wonderful pictures from Rich. Thankfully, the proposed change orders are seeming to be less and less as things are really wrapping up. But we still have had a couple of PCOs, we call them, that we reviewed and recommend for your approval this evening. And we're looking forward now to soon punch list again for this final phase, and just finishing some things up. So it's looking very good, and trying to find resolution. There's we've been participating in meetings, our normal job meetings, and then there's some special meetings we've had to find resolution to some issues as we're getting ready to finish the contracts. So it's very good. Any questions?
Thank you, Jennifer. Any questions for Jennifer? Okay, we're gonna move on to owner's project manager update. Eileen?
Okay, well, as Jennifer said, we do still have some special meetings. We had a meeting this week on Tuesday. Stephen Liu attended with the rest of the meeting. I'm sorry, with the rest of the participants, and Steve and I were able to walk the site afterwards. We are currently making plans for the moves, which includes technology, the data, phones, Vivis, getting the FF&E, which will be coming in actually June 3rd. And then the move coordination, we talked a little bit today in the move meeting about, getting the books back from Myers and having them in a certain order. But anyway, and then we always discuss safety as well, because things will be ready in a couple of weeks and the school is still in session. So just talking about the end of B Wing and ENF that joins with D Wing, which is being completed now. So anyway, we have just a small change order, which was for 195. Sorry, I don't have it right in front of me. Here it is, 195.91, which we have approved and gone through. Does anyone have any questions?
Any questions for Eileen? Okay, thank you, Eileen.
Thanks.
Next is construction managers update, Rich. You have actually the next two. Construction managers update, and then roll right into, we'll take action on that one. Well, there's actually two in there, but one's no cost to no additional cost to the project.
Right.
So, go ahead, Rich.
So, yeah, we'll get getting into the final pieces of the finishes here. So past week, the flooring's been going down in the classrooms, and we've been working our way out of the classrooms back towards the media center. So most of the classrooms now have their whiteboards installed. The millwork is in. The final pieces of the plumbing fixtures and those millwork sinks are going in as well today. So really just gearing up towards a finish. We're 2 weeks from yesterday is our target date. So the 15th of this month, we're anticipating being substantially complete. We have the millwork desk, which was the last piece we needed, delivered today. So they're beginning to install on that. Tomorrow morning with the building official, we have our above ceiling inspection. So as you can see in this photo and a few others, we do have lights, we have the ceiling diffusers and the sprinklers installed, and we've also been installing the ceiling cuts, so the non-full ceiling pads are being dropped in as well. So tomorrow morning we're going with the building official for a majority of the area, but predominantly everything but the media center for to be able to close up the ceilings. Once we get that, we'll start dropping the final ceiling pads in place. We've also gotten toilet compartments, toilet accessories in, so paper towel dispensers, soap dispensers, and whatnot, mirrors, been installed in the boys and girls labs, as well as the handicap toilet. Floor protections obviously remain down in these areas. The final cleaner is scheduled to start on the 9th. And when he does start that, he'll remove all the floor protections, do all of his final cleanings at that time. So, like I said before, we're working our way back into the media center. So the mechanicals are dropped in here as well. They're working on the last pieces of the HVAC. The lights are all wired in at this point. Radiant panels are installed, and the window shades are going in. Early to mid next week in these areas, motorized shades. So there's a little coordination with the electrician going on for the hookups on those. But the media center will be the last portion that we finish. Still targeting for the substantial completion on the 15th of this month. Again, tack boards have been getting installed as well through the corridors, and we'll be working on the corridor flooring beginning next week as well. Display case was installed today. So that, like I said, like a lot of last pieces of finishes are going in. The lights have been turned on in these areas as well. Again, typical classroom has whiteboards, tack boards installed. The final pieces of the wireless access points are going to be installed beginning on Monday. The last pieces of the fire alarm as well. So we are coordinating for testing of a fire alarm on the 13th. Marshall to witness that. So final schedules are being made for life safety inspections for this phase. Final pieces of millwork installed. Final coats of paint are going to be going on after any little touch-ups they had to do or repairs to drywall. So that's all in good shape right now as well. Coordinating with the owner's furniture, we're leaving the barrier walls up that go between the phase 2 and the phase 4 sections of the building. B-wing and E-wing. Going to be leaving those up to allow the owner's furniture to come in and get assembled. And the target right now on that is for a June 7th. Saturday, June 7th will be in there to take those barrier walls down and connect the newest renovated portion of the school back to the rest of the school for the last week of classes. For students will have access to that point, and we're coordinating that work with the fire marshal to make sure everything is going to be good with him for the turnover, and Jason Smith as well for access by staff and students. So we are feel like we're in pretty good shape out here. We are starting to work on our punch list and our work to complete list with the trades for anything that our field staff is catching prior to the architect's punch list, trying to mitigate anything that does land on that. So in pretty good shape out there.
Any questions for Rich before he moves on to the couple change orders we have? Okay, Rich, go right to the change orders. Did we lose you? No.
All right. So just two of them on the list for tonight. PCO 247 is for an RFI that was asked concerning an existing frame that goes into the technology room in D-Wing. The existing hardware is different than specified hardware is. So the old hardware had a cutout in the frame to make the strike plate function with security. The new hardware package is different, so there's a filler plate required. Filler plate does have a little bit of custom work involved in it, so majority of that is a couple hours of labor to make that work with the new hardware. And then PCO 255 was a call that we had to make in the field to modify the roof flaps that were being used while the parapet was being built for the transition between the old roof and the new roof to maintain water tightness at that time. We felt it was the best decision to have the roofer modify the roof flap to keep any water out of the building. At that time, we had drywall and finishes going on inside that we didn't want to risk getting damaged by a rainstorm. So it's coming out of the CM contingency to cover the cost to the roofer for additional work above and beyond what's specified in either his or the drywall contractor's contracts.
Okay. Any questions on either one of these two? Then I entertain a motion that we accept PCO 240 or approved PCO 247 and 255 for the total amount of $195.91.
So moved.
So moved.
Thank you, Amy, and we'll make Counselor Nagel will be the second.
I'll second it, sure.
Thank you. Any questions, comments? No, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Anyone opposed? No. Motion passes unanimously. Eileen, take action on invoices. We have some of our normal monthly invoices.
Yeah, let me share the screen. Now I lost the whole screen. Oh my gosh. Why does this happen? Can anyone see that?
Yeah, we can see it. At least I can.
Okay, great. I'll just turn my head and do it this way. So we have the 3 Meyer invoices, and these are actually from March. I thought that I had put them in April. There are 3 additional that came in today, so those will be in for next meeting. But anyway, we have the tables, the books, and then the miscellaneous boxes. So 268.80, 285.60, 252. And then we have SNEET, which we created a purchase order for in one of a meeting. I think it was for $1,400 for HVAC. This is groundwork testing for a power issue we had, and that came back clear. So that leads us to our next steps. And then we have Lakeshore, small furniture order of additional bean bags that Jason had requested for $712.08. And then KBA's monthly services, $11,984. So the total invoice amount for approval, $14,902.48.
Okay, so again, I'll entertain a motion that we approve the 3 Myers, which is our mover invoices for dated 3/31/2024. SNEET, who did the ground testing work for us on 4/30, Lakeshore, which is a FF&E supplier, 417, and KBA's monthly invoice and total amount of $14,902.48. Bakers,
I'll make a motion.
thank you, Amy. And a
I'll
second,
second.
thank you, Kim.
Thank you.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Next is old business pertinent to the committee. We have one item that actually kind of reflects back to this, what's on the screen right now. That SNEAP charge of $1,400. It should have been 19, what's the additional amount? $1,950. So back probably a month and a half, 2 months ago at one of our meetings, we actually approved it in the higher amount, but the purchase order got cut for the lower amount by accident. So this is just getting it back to where it was. That low amount originally was if they were able to do it on straight time, they had to come in and do it at night. And so there was overtime involved in it. So it's not costing us any more money than we anticipated. The change order just had gotten written wrong. So I would entertain a motion that we approve this additional $560 to make SNEAP whole for the work that they perform for us.
So moved.
So moved.
Thank you, Dave. And that was Kim seconding.
Yes,
Thank you, Kim.
sure.
Thank you.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Right back to public participation, and we still have 0. Comments by members. We're getting down there, guys. This group is not going to be meeting a whole lot longer. I'm thinking probably when the inside of the building is done, and I'll confirm this with Eileen and Newfield, but we'll probably go back to meeting monthly. I don't think we need to meet twice a month. The only problem is then we have to just get into that habit of being the month. We've been doing twice a month now for a long time. But we're nearing the end. It might require through the summer, maybe a meeting or two in a month, but it's going to wind down now. So
It'll be the invoices.
yeah. So, but if we did it on the 3rd, would that not work or no?
Well, also, you all authorized your chair to approve invoices up to an amount of $25,000 without coming to the committee. So, your chair can approve those invoices throughout the month and then just report back to you at your monthly meetings what invoices he has approved.
Everybody's still okay with that?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Great. Thanks, Lauren.
Anybody else have anything before we adjourn? I love this committee.
Yeah, just one question. I think it would be great to have you come and give a presentation or a brief update to the council. So, Steve, whenever you think that would be appropriate, we can make sure we put that on the agenda.
Okay, well, I can say this, Tuesday nights, I'm typically free, so whatever works for the council, just let me know, and I'll be there.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll look into it and let you know.
All right, thanks, Kim. Anyone else? Motion to adjourn then.
So moved.
Thank you, Counselor Nagel. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 We stand adjourned. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Have a great night.